Hi everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day. Here in North Carolina, I'm in Western North Carolina. It is finally sunny. The sun just popped out. It's been cloudy and hot. We are in the hot, I think summer's not official until Thursday of this week, but it is humid and hot. Here they call it the air you can wear because it is so thick. Even with walking the dogs and things, I'm having to get out really early because if I wait very long, it's just too hot. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to pop on here, and if you saw the little, thing I put up the other day, we're going to be making green monster smoothies. It's a recipe from the, says we've got a slow connection. So, okay, hopefully you guys, you may have a delay, I'm not sure. But, yeah, this recipe is from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, and it is one that we did. And I'm a licensed Food for Life instructor with the Physicians Committee, and this is one recipe that we did every single series of classes that I taught, and it was always a very big hit. So if you guys are starting to tune in, I've got a slow connection, it's saying, and I'm not sure why. This seems like it happened last time too. So just pop on and say hi, and maybe tell me where you're from. And I'll give you a few more minutes to get on here. Hopefully here we go. Okay, folks are starting to come on now. So, hi. Whoever's popping on, say hello and let us know you're on here. I was just saying I have a slow connection for some reason. So if you're having trouble getting on, that may be part of it. But hopefully you're seeing me and hearing me. And you can let me know if you're not. And we'll see if we can troubleshoot. But I think that you guys are starting to pop on now, and I was just saying how hot it is here in Western North Carolina where I am. It has been so hot and so humid, and a lot of you who follow know that I walk the dogs every day in the woods. We live on a land that my husband's family has had, oh my goodness, not 100 years, but very close to it, and even longer ago than that, my husband's mother, we lost her a few years ago, but she would have been in her 90s, but she worked this land. It was a cotton field, and she picked cotton as a child on this land, and a sharecrop. They sharecropped, and then she grew up to own it. So we are very blessed to live here. I love where we live, but it is hot. I was saying it's the air you can wear. Because it is humid, but anyway, yeah, I'm getting out in the mornings earlier and walking the dogs, and this green monster smoothie that we're going to be making today is from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, and I know some of you have told me that you do use a smoothie as a meal replacer. I don't, just because it doesn't keep me full for that long, but I do love having a smoothie to rehydrate after hiking and walking. Hey guys, hey, tell me who's on here. I see your faces or your little icon things, but tell me who's on and where you're from. So let's see who we got. Jerry, okay. Heat wave in Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh, I tell you, it has been so hot. I would say in the last little less than a week, just record highs, really. So yeah, I'm hoping this is not a sign of what the summer is going to be like, because this old girl, oh my God, I love being outside, but the humidity is just so intense. But if you want to rehydrate, hi Lynette, Colorado Springs. Oh, I bet you've got wonderful weather, cooler. We have some family not too far from Colorado Springs. They're in Aurora, near Denver, actually, near Denver. But yeah, I've been to Colorado Springs before when we were visiting them, but it's been a long time ago. But I do remember the weather was beautiful, even in June. See, we went to Pikes Peak when we were in Colorado, and even in June there, we actually went to the peak. there was some snow up there, not a ton, but there was snow. So, but I love Colorado. It's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so I was just saying that I don't use smoothies as a meal replacer, but I do love to drink them to get rehydrated after this heat that we're having. And I've been taking, this morning I took the dogs for a walk to the creek at like 8:45 because we're trying, usually it's not until the afternoon, but we're trying to beat this heat. But I do like to come back in and drink one of these smoothies. They're so easy to make. And as I was saying, you know, we've made these smoothies. I've made hundreds and hundreds of times, mostly because for the physicians committee as an instructor, we served them samples to everybody. You know, I taught at medical facilities, at hospitals and cancer centers and everything, and we would make these smoothies for everybody to try. And I'll kid you not, they were afraid of them at first because they're green. And so many people going, ew, you know, I don't like green. But we never had a single person that didn't actually like them. Oh yeah, okay, Lynette. You have a niece in Aurora. Okay, that's not, it's such a pretty place. We enjoy visiting. We've been there quite a few times, but it's been a long time because our niece and her husband and family live there, and they love it. He's a pilot for Frontier. I'm thinking it was for Frontier out there, and their base is right there at Denver. So, but yeah, so I'm going to show you how easy this is to make. I made this for a small group anyway for the physicians committee just a few weeks ago, and it had adults in there in the class, and it had teenagers, and I'm not kidding you, the teenagers were scared to try it. I tease people about this because they're so afraid to try something green, but as I said, never had anybody that didn't actually say that they really liked it. So it's a great way to get your greens in, a lot of nutrients, and to rehydrate. That's the reason I chose it as the smoothie. When we're done, Jen's not here today because I knew this was going to be a really quick one and she had errands to run. So I'm going to put the links up. Or if any of you on here wouldn't mind, if you went to EatPlant-Based website and in the search bar type in smoothies, then that post has the green Monster smoothie. It has an orange Julius smoothie and another one. I think it's a fruit smoothie. I'm not sure. But if you don't mind, if you would go get that link to the smoothie post and put it up, because that will be very helpful. Hi, Cindy. I'm glad you made it. Good afternoon. It'll be very helpful for everybody who wants this. And if you don't, if nobody does, then I will put it up once we're done. But if you'd like to look at the ingredients and everything. See, that's another thing. I eyeball this because I've made it so many times. You will have to look at the recipe to know the exact ingredients. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, but I can guess, but the actual ingredient measurements we're going to have to get from the, hi, Ann. Oh, Ann, hi, I'm glad you made it. I remember you from the time before. So we'll go ahead. Actually, I'm going to show you what we're giving away today, and then we're going to go ahead and start the smoothie. We're going to give away Dr. Neil Barnard. He's the president of the Physicians Committee. We're going to give away his book. It's called Dr. Neil Barnard's Program for Reversing Diabetes. And, of course, it is talking about type 2 diabetes, but it has lots of information because even with type 1 diabetes, if you can get your diet under control, it can help reduce the amounts of insulin that you need. I have seen that happen in classes before. You'll always, you can't reverse type 1 diabetes because you have a damaged pancreas. But type 2, we've had lots of good results from that. So thank you. So, okay, so we've got this book. Let's go ahead. Ann, you're saying you want it. Okay, I'm going to give this one away to Ann. And Judy is anxious to see your smoothie. It's so simple. It's so quick. You guys aren't going to believe how easy it is. And I'm going to write your name down. And you send me your, let me move this over here. You send me your, just private message me if you would. Ann gets the diabetes book. And in just a minute, I'm going to give away the Plan A diet book. I'm not giving it, y'all can go ahead and tell me who wants it though. The Plan A diet book is by Sid Nodder. She's on here sometimes, and it is it's a faith-based we've given these away many times because Sid is so gracious in giving them away. So if anybody wants this, go ahead and put it up and I'll go back and scroll. But it's scripture and plant-based nutrition, and it's awesome. So we're going to give it away in a few minutes. All right, so this is the smoothie. All right, so there's only a very few ingredients. Tina, hi Tina. Oh, Trina, is it Trina? Oh, I'll bet you're wanting the book too. Okay, all right, we'll give everybody just a minute, and then we're going to choose a winner for the book. And I have one more prize to give away that's a digital video series. All right, so this is really simple. And if someone has hopefully maybe already put the link up, I don't know if they don't, then I'm going to. But banana is the first thing we're going to add. I keep bananas in the house all the time at different ripeness because once they get very ripe, I peel them and freeze them and then use them for, making nice cream or smoothies or anything. But you can use a frozen banana for this smoothie if you want to. Absolutely, you could. I'm going to use a ripe banana, and you guys are going to laugh at me. Okay, so these are the bananas they hang on my little fruit stand over there. But I hide the ugly bananas back here. The ugly bananas. You guys know ugly bananas, right? These are the ones I like to use for nice cream. And I like to use them for making smoothies. Norma, I bought the 2018 Dr. Barnard's Cooking for Reversing Diabetes for $1. Oh, at your thrift store. Norma, I am a thrift store girl too. I love to thrift. I actually went, this morning I had forgotten to get the grapes for this recipe. And you can use purple grapes or whatever, but it's called a green Monster Smoothie, so you try to stick with everything green, and I realized I didn't have any. So I had to run to the grocery store this morning and get the grapes, and I ran by the thrift store. I didn't find any treasures today, but I do love to pop in there. So I know, and yes, that's a good place to find some great books. I have found the China Study there and others as well. But yeah, ugly bananas are they look really ugly on the outside, but most of the time, I hope I'm not lying with this, most of the time they look fine on the inside. They're softer, they're sweeter, and they are great for making smoothies and nice cream. See? All right, so these are the ones that I love to freeze because we're using it as a sweetener instead of using sugar, right? So the riper it is, the sweeter it is, then it just makes for a nice smooth, it just adds the sweetness. So I'm going to use one banana. I gotta have a wipe here. Okay, a banana. Of course, the grapes that I mentioned. When I'm doing classes, I go ahead and already have the grapes. These have been washed, but usually I have the grapes already pulled off. And so, you know what? Before I do that, let's go ahead and put the spinach in. I'm using fresh baby spinach. You can use, the regular just bags of spinach, whatever you want to. This is where people are afraid. This part is where, when I'm doing classes, people are going, I see their eyes rolling because I put a good bit of the spinach in there, and they're afraid of it. And so don't be afraid, guys. This is going to be delicious. All right, so we're going to throw, and I'll get you the measurements when I put the post up later, but a good handful of spinach and one banana, and probably maybe a half a cup, I'm going to guess. It may prove me wrong when we get the post up there, but probably a half a cup of green grapes. These are smaller green grapes. Normally at my grocery store, the green grapes are bigger, and they're not. Today they were smaller, but I tasted of them, and they are good, but they aren't as big as the other ones. All right, so normally when I'm doing classes, we just use canned pineapple, usually the chunks. I've got the crushed. Well, we're not actually going to use this today. I've got another plan. But just make sure when you're buying pineapple, and you can use some of the juice from it too, but when you're buying pineapple, just make sure you get it packed in juice and not in syrup. There is zero reason to be buying fruit with syrup in it. It should be sweet enough on its own, and we're trying to get away from all of the syrupy stuff and use fruit to sweeten things. So use canned if you want to, and honestly, I am not sure how much. We'll say a half a cup. We'll find out if I'm right or not when we get that thing up. But I have this pineapple. You can see it's ready to, it's maybe a little past ready to be cut. I tell you what, if I end up cutting this and it's overripe, we might be opening that can after all. But I thought since I had this and it needs to be cut, that I would go ahead and slice it while we're on here and try not to get it. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be okay. So give me a minute and we're going to chop this up, and we'll have fresh pineapple, but canned pineapple is great. Fresh pineapple is great. If you don't want to chop, you know, a pineapple and you don't want canned for whatever reason, then, you know, the grocery stores usually in the produce section have fresh pineapple already cut. One thing with pineapple that I didn't know for the longest time, you know, normally when you chop a pineapple up, you get the core, you know, pieces out of it. I used to. Because it is a little more fibrous, a little more tough in there. But I read where this center part actually has a bromelain in it, and so it is good anti-inflammatory nutrient. So I tend to leave it in there. I just don't, I cut it where, you know, you don't have the whole core, so it won't be too chewy, so I don't even miss it. So we just leave the core in it. You can see it right there, and slice it. I hope you can see this well. On my phone, you guys, there's all kinds of posts in the comments right there, so you can't see the cutting board, but I think that you can. So this is the way that I'm going to cut it, to put a few chunks in here. Like I said, a half a cup. You don't worry about messing this up, because you really can't. It's preference. It's easy, and if you know, taste of it and you think it needs a little something else, then put a little more pineapple in there and take it for a spin. I'm gonna put one more chunk, and there. Okay. All right. So I think we've got everything in there. That's it. We've got a banana. We've got green grapes. We've got fresh spinach. We've got pineapple. And if you are using the can and it is packed in its juice and no syrup, then you can pour a little bit of the pineapple juice in there too. When I store this freshly cut one, you know, like tomorrow there'll be juice in there just because it seeps out of it, and I would definitely put that in there. It's delicious. Okay, so I add ice to mine. You do not have to. Well, see guys, I hadn't had that in there that long, and I've got the air conditioner on, and it's melting fast because of the heat here in North Carolina. So I'm just gonna put some ice, and I add water. Not a ton, but just a little bit, probably half a cup. We're going to say everything's a half a cup till we actually look it up, and then we're going to blend. And it only takes a second. Well, we won't. I'll put it in there. All right, hold your ears for just a minute. Put a glass out here, but this, and if you want it like really, really chilled and refreshing, add a little more ice to it. I love to add ice. I think that it, especially when I'm coming in from hiking with the dogs on the trail, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try to show you in here. It's beautiful. I think it's very green. It's bright green, so you know that you're getting plenty of nutrients in there. Some people are, you know, somebody actually asked me, and maybe one of you asked me recently when I was saying I was having a green monster smoothie, if I put protein powder in it, and I don't, because the spinach, you know, it has so much protein in it. It's so good, and it's sweet from the pineapple and the banana. That makes it sweet, and the grapes too. It's absolutely delicious. I love this, guys. You really need to try it. But yeah, spinach, and people don't think about spinach having protein in it, but I'm betting some of you are probably close to my age. If you remember Popeye the Sailor Man, you remember him? And what did he always have? The spinach when he was going to go fight, because it made his muscles pop out. You remember? It's because he had it right the whole time. spinach does have plenty of protein in it, and it's so good for us. So there's really, to me, no need to add protein powder. And there's even protein in, not a lot, but there's protein in the bananas, in the grapes. You know, all plants have protein. That was another question we got in classes a lot about protein. People were so concerned about it. And I always said, name the largest land-dwelling mammals that you can think of. And they would say things like elephant and giraffe and, you know, the big animals. And then I would say, think of what they eat. They only eat plants, and they get those huge muscles and even calcium for those huge bones through plants without any problem at all. So we can do the same thing. And so, yes, this has lots of, besides rehydrating me, giving me plenty of protein and nutrients as well. Oh, I can't see what somebody says. And did you say ugly? What does that say? I can't see what that says. I don't know, but it's delicious. It is absolutely delicious and colorful. Is it Carl? A1C has been running nonstop. Your A1C, is that what you're saying? Oh, AC. Okay, I thought you were talking about your diabetes. Okay, I hear you. Yes, ours has been running nonstop too, even at night, because when we get up, it's already in the 70s, which is crazy. Lynette, yum, your mouth is watering. You really do need to try it. And like I said, the post that I'll put up has an orange Julius one too, which is good. It really is good, but the Green Monster is my favorite one. And it's just so easy to make. Okay, you can't store this. That was another thing. You need to, well, you can probably for the day, but it separates. If you put this in something and put it in the refrigerator, it's going to separate, and you can shake it, but I just don't think I would do it any more than a few hours or a day ahead. I wouldn't do it a day ahead, a few hours ahead at most, because it just loses its zing to me. It's just not as good. So you'll want to make what you want for the day and then drink it, and then don't save it. Do you sometimes use kale and spinach? Dear, that's a good idea. Kale, you just need to blend it a little bit longer because it's more fibrous, but it is loaded with protein too and calcium. So yes, you can use kale as well. That's great. Just make sure you blend it well so you don't get the little chunks. Spinach is just more tender, but I think a combination of the two would be perfect. Trina, yeah, it is absolutely delicious. And freezing it. Jerry's asking about freezing it. You know, if I was going to freeze it, I would probably plan to eat it frozen, like maybe freeze it in popsicle pops or something. I think it would be great. It would actually be delicious to serve it as a popsicle. I don't think I would freeze it and plan to defrost it and have it, because it's just so much better fresh. But a popsicle would be terrific. I think that would be a great idea. I might even try that. Okay, somebody just flew by the window. I think it was probably my niece on her bicycle. She doesn't know we're taping, so she may or may not come to the door. She's 10, Millie Mae. Yeah, that was her. Okay, she's already gone by. They live across the road, and she just flew by. She was speeding, I think. But yeah, okay, so the book. All right, so let me scroll back for just a minute. If anybody else wants the book, you guys, I'm going to have to reach, because I'm going to, hang on, you guys, give me you're not going to see me, but I'm right here, see? I'm going to scroll back just for a minute and see who wants the Plan A Diet book by Sid Nodder. Let's see. Okay, is that Judy? Judy Price said Plan A Diet book would be perfect for my friend. Okay, Judy, I'm gonna write your name down. We are going to send it to you. Just send me, private message me. I'm in here. Private message me your address, and I will. Actually, I'll send it to Sid. Sid autographs these, and she will give you a little personal note and send it to you. The last thing we're going to give away. What do I do with it? Oh, okay, hold on. All right, we're going to give away a little digital mini series. It's 8, I think, videos. Yeah, 8 cooking demos of sandwiches, wraps, and spreads, and some like the chickpea avocado. So you're going to get the PDF of the recipe as well as a video of me making it. So let's see, who wants this? I think it's probably 30 minutes long or something like that. If anybody wants it, and again, I'm sure we've still got the slow connection, so we'll see who pops up first. Joseph. Joseph wants the video. Okay, Joseph, the video series. I am writing you down, so you just need to private message me, and then I will attach it to that and get you the video series. And you will be cooking very little cooking for summer because the sandwiches are great for summer. Lisa. Okay, Lisa, I'm going to give it to you too. Lisa wants the digital too, so I can't give it to everybody, but those two, I'm going to do 2 of them because it's so easy and I don't have to pay for postage for those. So, all right, guys. So what are you having for dinner tonight? And then we're going to pop off. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing really well with time. I'm going to make veggie pizza. I was just trying to figure out something that I could do that would be really simple, and it takes me, 10 minutes to pull it together, and then it probably bakes for another 15. So we're doing pizza. What are you guys doing for dinner tonight? Just curious if you've already got it planned. I try to plan like a little bit ahead of time, but what did you miss? Rose, I missed it. I'm not sure what Rose missed. And this does come up as a replay, guys. As soon as we go off with the live show, then Trina's not sure yet, but veggie pizza sounds good. It's just so easy because I've got the frozen crust, the Sammy Bakery ones, and so I don't have to do anything. And it's having cauliflower pizza crust, so we're thinking alike. Okay, so it's pizza night around here. Oh, you just got here, Rose. That's okay. You can watch everything. I'm glad that you made it though. But Rose, you hadn't missed it all. You see the green Monster Smoothie? I'm going to put a link up for it, and it's really, really simple to make and so good. Sandy's having vegetable sandwiches for lunch. That sounds good. My favorite sandwich is a avocado, right now, I may change later, but avocado tomato sandwiches, and you guys know what that means. It's not going to be long, and we're going to have summer tomatoes, and it's going to be the best sandwich in the whole world. But to those, I add like chopped up cilantro and lime juice and my spicy homemade mayonnaise. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. Okay, Shelly, I can't ever find pizza crust without oil. You can make them, but I'm a lazy girl and tend not to make mine, Shelly. So there is a place, they're out of Florida. It's called Sammy's Bakery. The Esselstyns, as in Dr. Esselstyn, they use, you know what they used to use. I think they have their own pizza crust now because of their son Rip. He sells it. Actually, that's true. Plant Strong, I heard, has one that you can make. But if you want it pre-made, then, yeah, Sammy's Bakery, I order them. We have a small store here that carries, they're made out of flaxseed and millet, and so we have a small store that carries them, but it's hard to catch them because they don't get a whole lot of them in, and so I finally just started ordering them myself, and I order 10 at a time, and because there is shipping. Can't remember how much the shipping was, but I order a bunch at a time, keep them in my freezer, and then we're ready for pizza night anytime. The Green Monster looks good. It is terrific. Cindy said, cucumber, onions, and spinach. Oh, are you talking about to the pizza? You're talking about to the pizza. Because for a second I thought you meant to the smoothie. Somebody else was talking about smoothie, so I got confused. And Judy, you're welcome for the book. I am glad that it's going to be useful. Joseph says, I make avocado, tomato, saute onions with lettuce. Yummy. I mash in the avocado and season it and then spread it on like mayo. That sounds delicious. It really does. I don't ever miss the cheese, guys. People talk, and sometimes we will put my homemade cheese on the pizza, but not always. Tonight I'm not planning to because I don't have any already made. I do freeze it sometimes, but I don't have any So Plant Strong. Oh, Plant Strong has pre-made ones now, so that's good. So you can check out. I can't remember who was asking about the pizza crust, but Plant Strong and Sammy's Pizza. I have not put cucumber. You guys are, but I think Joseph's putting cucumber on and spicy pickle. You're talking about sandwiches. I'm getting so confused, guys. I think you're talking about sandwiches and Sandy's talking about pizza. So yes, no, Sandy's talking about sandwich. Okay, all right. But yeah, so many options. I love to put cucumber on my sandwiches too. I have not put cucumber on pizza. That would be, I don't know. I think it would get pretty watery on top of it. But yeah, for the pizza, we're going to have red bell peppers on ours, onions for sure, spinach for sure. I like to put green olives or black olives on mine. It's optional, for anybody that's avoiding olives. But I do like to put them. And I had a jar of artichoke hearts in the cabinet over here, packed in just water, no oil or anything. And I think I'm going to put those on the pizza too, because artichoke hearts on pizza is the bomb. I love it. We are having barbecue soy curls with onions and green peppers on rice and tortillas too. Ooh, that sounds yummy, Norma. Everybody, I hope you're getting ideas from all these folks that are putting up their dinner plans, because we just try to keep it simple during the summer, and pizza keeps it simple, sandwiches do. The barbecue soy curls are so easy because you just put them in the crock pot and barbecue sauce, and then you can eat it over rice like Norma's doing. You can eat it on a bun, especially with 4th of July coming up. If you need a vegan barbecue, the soy curls they're hard to find at the store. You might have to order them online, but they're just dehydrated. I'll show them to you if you guys want to see. They're dehydrated soybeans. There's one ingredient. It's just soybeans. Hold on. I have some. Okay. These are them. So they're dehydrated and easy to store, but when I'm getting ready to make barbecue sandwiches, which I will be making for the 4th of July, I marinate them, rehydrate them really. I rehydrate them in vegetable broth with a splash or a couple of splashes of soy sauce, and then after they're rehydrated, which takes about 30 minutes probably, and then I just drain it and then put them into the crock pot with some barbecue sauce and let them cook, and I shred it a little bit because they're in these little strips, and for sandwiches, I used to just use the strips, but now I really like to shred it. Recently, why did I do that? Oh, my sister has a lake house, and we had a family get together a few weeks ago there, and they were actually having barbecue brought in, and so I knew, they're doing pork or beef or whatever they're doing. And so I made a small crock pot of the soy curl barbecue, and they had a fit over it. It looks, if you didn't tell them that it wasn't barbecue, they would not know it. And they're not but most of them aren't plant-based. And so, but they were eating it and loving it so much as my sister's mother-in-law, when I was packing, I had a little bit left, and I was packing it up when we were leaving, and she said, I would not get my feelings hurt if you would put some of that in a dish and let me take it home. And I was like, yes, ma'am, I sure would. I would love that. So, yeah, it's a great thing to do with the 4th of July coming up. I highly recommend it, and we will be doing it here at our house. How to shred. Tanya, I use a fork and my fingers. After it starts to cook just a little bit, it's already pretty soft after you rehydrate it. Actually, I do it. I shred it before, because if I did it after the barbecue sauce, that's going to get really messy. I do it when I put it in the crock pot before, pour the barbecue sauce on top of it. I just shred it with my fingers or with fingers and a fork, and it just makes it look like barbecue, but it just has a better, instead of being, strips, it's just a better blend for barbecue sauce and for making sandwiches. So yes, it's easy to do. You don't need any equipment. I made gravy to put on mashed potatoes, changed my mind, and thinned out the gravy, added soy curls, and broccoli, topped my rice with it, still have some leftovers. Ooh, Norma, you know how to cook. That sounds absolutely delicious. Oh, yum. And Tanya, I do get mine on Amazon. I am sure stores like Whole Foods and Earth Fare and places like that probably have it on the shelves. I'm going to guess. We just don't have those stores around here. I have to drive 50 miles to get to a Whole Foods. And you know what? When I was in Whole Foods, they did not have these. I was in there a couple of months ago. So, but yeah, I ordered on Amazon. You can't just order one bag, I don't think. I order 3 at a time, but it's still reasonable. I truly can't remember. $7 maybe, something like that. Don't hold me to that, but I think it's around $7 a bag, maybe 8. But there is a lot. When you rehydrate this, it gets bigger. And you don't even have to use a whole bag at a time. If it's just you eating it, I would say, do a half a bag at a time. But it stores well, and after you cook, make it into barbecue or whatever, it does freeze well. So you don't have to worry about it going to waste. But yes, I do that barbecue with jackfruit. My sister loves to do it with jackfruit because you have the soy allergy. Yeah, jackfruit is a great option. I like jackfruit too. My husband is not a big fan of jackfruit. So that's the reason, but I do have jackfruit in my cabinets because sometimes I won't make it for me. But yes, that's another good option for people who have soy allergies maybe. Then use the jackfruit to make a barbecue sandwich because we're all going to be doing that in a couple of weeks. Tanya, do not have any of those stores either. Yeah, we don't. And like I said, at least in the Whole Foods we were in a couple of months ago, I wasn't looking for soy curls, but I didn't see them anywhere either. So that's probably, they may not carry it at all. Norma buys them directly from Butler. Butler is the name of the company that makes them. Norma, do you remember how much they are a bag? And then again, shipping might be different because Amazon is free shipping. So I don't know. It may end up coming out the same thing. But yeah, so directly from Butler or from Amazon. I have canned jackfruit in my cupboards. I do. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll be right back. Don't leave. I'll tell you where I get it from too. I get mine from the Asian market. I got a couple. I actually have 3 cans in there. See, I have the jackfruit in there. So it's $1.79 but I get it at the Asian market. And so, yeah, I use it sometimes. But like I said, my husband, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's a texture thing or what, but he wasn't the biggest fan. But yeah, so jackfruit's another way to have your barbecue sandwiches for the 4th of July. And it's a great option. Shelly, thank you so much for your time and sharing your knowledge. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad you tuned in. Was this your first time tuning in with us? I don't really know. We don't have a schedule. This summer I've kind of been flipping, flopping. We've gone from doing them weekly to every other week, and then we just kind of see how many people are tuning in, and people are so busy during the summer. The replays get a lot of views. I think there's I don't want to tell a lie, but maybe 16,000 views on the replays, which is a lot. But as far as tuning in, we don't get a ton of people, but it doesn't matter as long as you guys get the information. It's just that the people who tune in get the chance to win the prizes, which you guys don't forget to send me your information so I can mail you your prizes. And you're welcome for the tips and everything. If you shred the jackfruit, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. He might not. I have been known to do things and not tell him. So you're right. I probably could shred the jackfruit and he would never know the difference. Okay. No, you occasionally catches us. Okay. And watches the replays. Well, I'm glad you guys are. I'm glad if you haven't already subscribed to Eat Plant-Based, all you have to do is go to the website, and there are numerous places. It'll pop up and ask you if you want to subscribe, or you can scroll down to the recipe card at the bottom. It'll ask you if you want to subscribe. But I send out emails 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, with new recipes. And I just scheduled one for tomorrow, and it's going to be the cream cheese. It just looks so colorful. I've got multiple pictures for the cream cheese. Of course, we eat it on toast and bagels, but I had one picture that I had arranged it with, this is pictures I had taken a couple of years ago, with strawberries, with blueberries around it. It looked like the 4th of July, you know, red, white, and blue. So that one's going out tomorrow, and so it's made with cashews, and it's, if you haven't tried the cashew cream cheese, it is delicious, and you guys that are on the mailing list will get it tomorrow. All right, so I think that's everything. We are finished up, so I'll put some links up when we get off, and if you still have questions, continue to ask them, and I will get on here later after the live and answer questions that we didn't get to, that maybe they scrolled up before that I could see them. And so, all right, guys, I hope you're having a terrific summer. I hope that you will try this smoothie, because I am telling you, you will not be sorry. It's a great way to get in your greens, to get hydrated, nutrients, all that good stuff. So thank you. Always fun to, I'm so glad you joined for the demos too, Bonnie. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, guys. Remember to get out there and walk, swim, do all the fun things and outside and get some exercise. Eat well, and we will see you again soon. Take care. Bye. All right, I'm going to walk around. Got to hit the off button. Bye, guys.